The hospital of broken minds. No one went to Carrow Hospital after sunset. Not locals, not even police. The building had been abandoned for decades, but every so often, lights flickered in the windows. Shadows moved like crawling things inside. When college friends Mia and Julian decided to explore, they thought it would be fun. Cameras, flashlights, a deer. But fun died the moment they stepped through the main doors. The air smelled of iron and decay, thick, wet, warm. Floors were covered in dust, but every step squelched with something sticky. Blood, fresh, dark and gleaming. At first, the hospital seemed empty. Broken wheelchairs lay overturned. Rusted gurneys leaned against walls. Broken syringes dotted the floors like needles from some insane pincushion. Then they heard the whispers. Soft at first, moans of pain, groans, a child screaming. They turned a corner and saw the first ghost, a surgeon in a blood-stained gown, scalp and jaw peeled open, but still moving. His hands were covered in coagulated blood, and he held a scalpel that dripped a black, oily liquid. He looked up at them, eyes hollow, and smiled. They ran, but every hallway twisted, doors moving like living mouths. Behind them, the surgeon's ghost chased them, his scalpel cutting the air. Blood sprayed in arcs as it carved shapes into the walls, fresh, wet, like it was still alive. In the maternity ward, the screams were louder. Beds shook, cries of babies, but not human. Faces pressed through the walls, pale and wet. Some had no eyes, some had mouths stitched shut with surgical thread. One ghostly nurse held a newborn, but the baby's head had been torn open, its eyes replaced with black pearls. The nurse smiled and whispered, "Take it. It will feed you." Mia screamed and ran, but her foot hit a puddle of something warm. She looked down. Human organs floated in a shallow pool of blood, pulsating, moving toward her as if alive. She tried to step back, but a hand shot out from the floor, skin peeling. Nails twisted like claws and grabbed her ankle. She ripped free, leaving the hand still twitching and clawing at the tiles. Julian ran into the psychiatric ward. The walls were scrawled with screams. "I will make you stay. The doctors will cut you." Shadows of patients pressed against the windows from inside the walls. Hollow-eyed figures crawled along the ceilings, dragging their twisted limbs behind them. One patient, whose mouth had been sewn open, screamed so loud it cracked the plaster. Blood shot from his eyes like geysers. They tried to escape through the main doors, but the lobby had changed. The floors were slick with blood. The ceiling dripped with it. Figures of doctors and patients hung upside down from the lights, swinging like pendulums. The ghosts advanced. Mia tripped over a gurney. A figure leaned over her, a nurse with burned skin, eyes hollow pits, and a mouth stretched so wide it reached her ears. She felt cold steel pierce her arm, blood rushing out in a geyser. She screamed, pulling free as her arm was sliced open. But the pain didn't stop. The blood was alive, crawling, trying to drag her into the floor. Julian grabbed her, pulling her toward the exit. Hallways twisted impossibly. The screams were all around them. Bodies pressed against walls, reaching out with charred hands. Some were burned alive, others stabbed through with syringes and scalpels. Blood sprayed like fountains. Every turn revealed new horrors. Finally, they saw the exit, just a faint glow of the streetlights. They ran, but as they approached the doors, the walls turned into faces: doctors, patients, babies, nurses screaming silently, mouths stitched, eyes hollow. One reached through and grabbed Julian by the throat, pressing him against the wall as blood shot from his nose and ears. Mia pulled him free, leaving a handprint of gore on the wall. They burst into the night air. The hospital stood silent, empty, but when they looked back, the top windows flickered with movement. Faces pressed to the glass, mouths wide, eyes black. One figure raised a scalpel and smiled. Mia and Julian ran. They never spoke of what happened, but every night since. Mia hears whispers under her bed, and Julian wakes to find scratches on his arms, dripping with blood, in shapes that spell, "We are still here. We always will be. No one enters Carrow Hospital after dark. And if you do, it won't let you leave."